Warm, beautiful Nebraska in the wintertime. Okay, winter sucks in the Midwest, but what it's great for is project cars. I'm Kyle, owner of 1320Video, and I'm about to kick off my first project car in the past 12 years. Let's go hop in my Corvette and I'll tell you about it. Welcome to the infamous Spank Bank C6 ZR1, aka the Cletus Killer. Last time his car and my car got together, it wasn't very pretty for him. I told you it wasn't pretty. Granted, his car is a lot more power now, and he's got a lot of plans for it. And he's down in Florida. I'm in Nebraska. Maybe sometime next year we'll match up again, but I'm gonna need something more powerful than this car. It's about 650 of the wheels. It's been about 12 years since I've had a project car. If you've been following us for a long time, you may remember a red Mustang GT called the Boostang. I fell in love with turbo cars with that Mustang. The feel, the sound of the boost, the pull when the boost kicked in. I really want a turbo car again. And so this is gonna kick it off. But before I get into the project details, a little bit about the history of me and my obsession with Corvettes. I love Corvettes. They're just the perfect car for me. I've had 3 Corvettes so far, starting back in 2006. I was actually shopping for wheels while I was looking for a Corvette, and I found the perfect set of wheels on iFord's website. And then ironically, 3 or 4 weeks later, as I'm refreshing Corvette forums for sale page every day, that exact car I found on iFord's website popped up. It was a white 1999 C5 FRC, or fixed roof coupe, same body style as the Z06. I drove the shit out of that car. I put 30 or 40,000 miles on it. I'm not your typical Corvette owner. I like to drive them a lot, race them, whatever. Put some nitrous on it. Then I decided it was time for an upgrade. And I found this beautiful Inferno Orange C6 Z06 down in Atlanta, and I decided to pick up that car. I actually flew in there, picked that up with my dad again, continue the tradition. I owned that for about 9 months, which might sound a little weird, but there was one flaw with that car. It was a beautiful metallic orange during the day in the sun and at night under the lights, but under clouds and driving around at night, it looked red. And I don't like red cars. So that was the death of that car. I started the search for another white car. I've owned like 9 or 10 white cars so far, and I found this 2010 C6 ZR1. Once again, I picked it up in Chicago. I flew in with my dad, and I just fell in love with this car. Arguably the best Corvette ever made. It comes with 648 crank horsepower. Currently, it's got about 650 horsepower of the wheels with bolt-ons, pulleys, headers, X-pipe, gutted cats, and I just love this car the way it is. It just works, and she screams. So I don't want to ruin the ZR1 with a whole bunch of mods and then end up not liking the car. So that brings us to the new project, the C5 Unicorn. Let's go check it out. I gave this car the nickname Unicorn C5 because it's a fairly rare car to find. Back when I had my FRC, I fell in love with this color. It's a Speedway White 2001 Z06. So not only is this a rare color car to find, it also has this red interior. And there is only 157 made with this interior, and it just makes it stand out compared to the rest of them. And when I owned my 99 way back, I really wanted this color. I found one just like this. It had CCW Classics on it back before everybody had them on their car. and I really wanted this car. Because they were rare, they were like $6,000 more. No thank you. I let go of that car when I got C6s because I just love those cars. I was in Streetcar Takeover Indy, and I was driving through the pits, grabbing GoPros off cars while we were filming and interviewing drivers. And I drove past this car sitting in the RPM transmission booth. It was actually the owner's son that picked this car up. And I slammed on the brakes on the golf cart. I'm like, is that? And they go, yep, it's Speedway White. They knew. And I'm walking around it, and I see the red interior. I was just blown away. The car was in perfect condition. And then I walk around to the front, and I see a for sale sign. I go, oh no. I'm gonna have a hard time not buying this car. So I showed the guys that were helping work the event with me the car, sent it to some friends, and nobody was talking me out of it. They were just giving me reasons to buy it and pressuring me into it. We went out street racing that night till like 6 in the morning, and I had forgotten about the car. And then we're sitting there at breakfast at 2 in the morning, typical 1320 time. Mikey goes, so you gonna buy that Corvette? I'm like, I'd forgotten about that car. So I texted Cameron, the guy that owned it, and it turns out they actually bought the car to flip it. So I lowballed him, didn't expect him to take that offer. I said, we're sitting here at lunch, we've got a 10-hour drive home, something like that, and if you want to take my offer, I'll come pick it up right now. If not, that's fine, no big deal. Half hour later, we came to an agreement, and I was headed an hour away from Omaha to go to RPM Transmissions to pick up this car. There she is. What's up? You jamming out? Here's Cameron. What's up, man? What's up? You been having fun with this car?
Yep.
It's a fun driver.
Yeah, it is.
Is this your first bet?
No.
No? Had a few?
Yeah, had a few.
I guess it makes sense. You have to have a vet around here, right?
Yep. You drive it yet?
Not yet. Oh, yeah.
Just go this way.
It's official. I want a Z06 again. Does it taste right? I'm excited to be a Z06 owner again. 1320Video official. We sold a lot of regular stickers, but this is perfect. Let's try it. So the crew that was there with me working the event, they all agreed that they were cool with hanging out and picking up the car and driving home and getting home late. We didn't realize just how late we were going to be getting home, and we didn't know we were going to be running into severe thunderstorms with hail and tornado warnings. So we got home at like 7 in the morning when the sun was coming up. It was quite the struggle, but it was all worth it to pick up this beautiful car. Now, the one disappointing part about purchasing this car is this is my 4th Corvette, and I had driven home with my dad, picked up all of the last 3 Corvettes, and with it being such a last-minute deal on a Sunday afternoon, there just wasn't any way to fly Dad in unless I waited for a day or two and then drove home. So you know how we have that tradition when I buy a new Corvette? I had to break that tradition today.
I'm okay with that. And what have you got?
Remember my white car? The first white car? This is the same body style, but it's a Z06. And
you just bought a car?
yeah, I kind of impulse bought it. I'm pretty sad that I had to break the tradition. I'll be taking you for a ride in it this week.
That'd be great.
So now on to the plans for the car. I don't know what they're going to be yet. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments on this video what you would do with this car if you bought it. The goals for the car are, number 1, reliability. With how busy my schedule is and traveling across the world all year, every other weekend, I unfortunately don't have time to do any big repairs. I need a reliable car. Number 2 is turbos. I really want a turbo car. This is gonna be it. Number 3 is I want it to be a street car. I want to avoid trailering it as much as I can. If we're going down to Texas, of course I'm gonna put it on a trailer. I want to be able to cruise it for 100 miles, drive it home, fill up at the gas station, street car, no car. Number 4, reliability. I'm gonna have this car built at a shop. Unfortunately, I don't have the time, the skills, or the patience to do this build myself. So we're gonna find a shop to get this done right. Just enjoy the car. I have no problem admitting that this is gonna be a bought, not built project. Bring on the haters, I don't really care. Number 5, I want this to scare the shit out of me. And with the power goals in mind that I have, somewhere in the low 4-digit range, right around 1,000 horsepower, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. My ZR1's at 650, so that's gonna be a lot more power. Number 6 is beat Cletus. I know he's coming back with more power next time we meet up, so I need to have a weapon in my arsenal to be able to take him down. And number 7, turbo. So on the next video you're gonna see on this car, we're gonna go figure out exactly what the plans are gonna be for this car, what engine, what turbo setup, who's gonna build it. So make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on this car and see all of our other videos. Cletus may be doing it for Dale, but we're doing it for America. See you guys next time.